what I want y'all to know is it's time to prioritize your well-being for your children also, because if you're not prioritized for yourself, how can you support anybody? How can you be of service to your kids, to your job, to your spouse without pouring into your own cup? It is a beautiful act to have these kids and have these partners. To what expense? A lot of times we don't take account of our mental health. We don't take account of our bodies. We just go and we don't see ourselves. We can't feel ourselves. We're not aware of what we're doing and how we're operating until we shut down and break down and we're in a hospital somewhere because we didn't give ourselves enough water. We didn't give ourselves enough nutrients, food, whatever we need. We gave it to everybody else. So it's beautiful that you as parents want to continue to support your children and your spouses and your mothers and your sisters and whoever else you're supporting. But what about you? You are your first priority. And without you, these children, these other people, these spouses, these mothers, these sisters, these brothers won't be able to sustain you. So I want to talk about how critical it is to pour into our own cup. Just like pouring water, we got to replenish ourselves. And today I want to explore the strategies that you parents can use to replenish yourselves, because if you're not replenished, you're grumpy, you're angry, you are short with the kids, you are short with yourself, you're short with your spouse, you're short with your job, your boss, you're short with everybody. And so I really want to see the comments here, guys. Wait a minute. Let me see. Oh, no, Kizzle. Okay, wait. Can I see comments? I can't see the comments. Oh, hey, Tamika. Hey, boo. I know. You have been so faithful, girl. I love you too. You have been so faithful. I'm going to send you a message. Hey, Jessie. Why you had to make this while I'm at work? You can watch the replay, Jessie. You can watch the replay. I'm going to hit you up too. Anyway, so I want to talk about the strategies that you can use to replenish your own soul, because ultimately that's what it is, your soul. And so the first thing you can do is be aware of where you are. Where are you in your mental health? Do you need to go see somebody? Do you need to pray? Do you need to take time out? Do you need to take 5 minutes? Because baby, them 5 minutes can be everything. Make it break your day. Okay? We need to figure out where we are. We need to assess ourselves. Sometimes you need to just take some deep breaths, because baby, them kids can get you. I know. I work with these kids. Okay? I love them dearly. But baby, those kids could be a mess. So figure out where you are. What do you need? Do you need to see somebody? Do you need to rest? Do you need to take a walk? Do you need to ask your partner, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, to take the kids for a little while you just get yourself together? Because I've been on these internet streets and I've been seeing a lot of things, and a lot of mothers saying how they are tired. They are tired of dealing with these kids. They didn't think about the repercussions of being a single parent, and it's weighing on them. And they don't have support from the fathers. Their parents don't give them enough support, because let's be honest, our mothers can be support for our kids, but it's not enough, because you are with the kids 24 hours. They're like, mom. You got a cat, you got a dog, you got to feed them, you got to feed yourself, you got to rest, you got this. You need to figure out where you are. So if you need to, I have assessments. Drop down in the comments and let me know if you want an assessment to figure out where you are in your mental health status. Because knowing where you are is the key to fixing what you need, right? So first of all, let's talk about what is self-care. I know y'all know what caring for your kids means, because y'all be buying them everything, Christmas, food. But what is self-care? What does that mean to you as a parent? And again, let me check my comments and see, because I got my script over here, so I don't have my whole screen up. Oh, I see the self-care mean to you? Self-care is caring for your soul, not just your body, your mental health, your well-being, your body, if it's exercising, if it's drinking water, if it's taking vitamins, if it's taking medication, having enough of what you need to be able to live in a peaceable state, right? Being able to figure out why you're having these heart palpitations, why you're having this anxiety, why you're always hungry and always feeling tired. Going to the doctors if something is wrong. Making yourself a priority. Because don't y'all do that for your kids? Don't y'all take your kids to the doctor? If they got the cough that sound weird, y'all taking them to the doctor. But y'all talk about, oh, I'll be all right. Leg hurting, arm hurting, head hurting, stiff this, stiff that, but you won't be all right. No. Take care of yourself to be able to pour into other people. Because right now, just imagine a coffee cup, right? And you got a saucer underneath, well, tea or whatever you drink. And, you know, the overflow is some coffee in that saucer. That's where you want to get from. A overflowing cup, not a cup that ain't got nothing in it. Because baby, what you getting from that cup that ain't got nothing in it? Nothing but headache and frustration. And that's what a lot of parents are getting because they don't prioritize their mental health, their food intake. They don't prioritize themselves at all. And I find that most of my parents can't even find 5 minutes. They can't find 5 minutes to even take a break because that 5 minutes is critical. But that 5 minutes can make and break your mental health. So you don't have 5 minutes to sit outside for a second. The kids ain't gonna die and the food ain't gonna burn. Sit outside on the step just for a second. Set a timer on your phone. Do some deep breathing. Talk to the God of your understanding. Jesus is the God of my understanding, but whoever the God of your understanding is. Speak. Ask yourself what you need. Because baby, in this world, mental health is vital. Let me see. Do I see more comments? I see something else. Okay. The next. That's what self-care is. So here are some practical. Hold on. I got my notes again. Practical self-care tips. 1, exercise. Even if it's just taking a walk. Take a walk around the block. You can get up a few minutes earlier or in between when the kids are on the school bus or before you go to your remote job or before you go to work. Take a walk. I do a lot of walking and talking. I'm a nature person. I like the flowers. I like the trees. Just take a walk, even if it's 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Take a walk so that you can start to think. Walking, in my opinion, helps me to think. It helps me to get the things off my mind. So that's one thing that you can do to help practice self-care. Another thing you can do to practice self-care, child, clutch your pearls, because y'all might not like this one. Ask for help. A lot of y'all mothers and even your fathers don't like to ask for help when you need it. You feel like it makes you not good enough. Baby, it makes you courageous. It makes you fearless. It makes you somebody who knows their limits and is not trying to break themselves down. It's time to ask for help because a lot of our parents, we need help. We need support. We need love. We need all of these things, but we do not, we don't ask. And what the Bible say? Ask, what is it? Have not because you ask not, or you have not because you ask not? Baby, ask, okay? What else we got here? So find a community with other parents that can support you. And that's what I am creating. I am creating a space where other parents can be supportive of other parents. I know this is a new community and this is my first live, but I plan to go live even more because my goal is to support parents to be fearless. Because sometimes I feel like there's a lot of fear in parenting, especially when we're dealing with kids with behavior concerns. kids with ADHD, autism, or kids that are defiant. Because I deal with a lot of kids that are defiant and engage in running out in the street and hitting people and just doing a lot of those things. There's a lot of fear. Parents don't want to discipline their children because of fear. And so the stress is built up in your bodies because you got a child that's just out of control. You don't know how to handle them and you don't know how to ask for help. That is what my job is. I support parents. I help you get resources. I help you find the back of your medical card so you can call and see and get what you need. I help you get compensatory education. If the school district is not meeting your child's need, that's a story for another day. If your child's rights are being violated in the school system and they're not completing IEPs, 504s in a timely manner, baby, y'all need to hit me up in the DM. Anyway, I digress. But asking for help is very, very vital. And getting a community of like-minded parents that can say, child, it was a hard day today. I'm so tired. I need to do A, B, C, and D. And another parent can say, well, baby, you know what I do? And give you some tips. Because especially when you're parenting alone, you don't feel like you have community. So I created this fearless community for all of us who struggle with having fear. And I know nobody wants to talk about having fear in parenting because I'm not scared. But sometimes you can be scared and you don't know it. You could be afraid of how other people will see you, how people will judge you, how you judge yourself as a parent because you haven't done everything that you feel like you needed to do, or you slipped in this situation, or you don't know how to help them with the homework, or you don't know where you're going to get your next money for whatever. It's fear-based, but you don't have to live in fear. You can live in a space of abundance, right? This ain't that channel, but you can live in a space of abundance. As you guys know, I created a organization called Soul Eminence Center for Spiritual Development. I created that space for parents, and I created that space for anyone who is curious about making their lives what they want. And so Soul Eminence Center for Spiritual Development is about resources, about community, it's about building, it's about creating a life that is good for you. As you can see, my tagline is making curiosity the antidote. And I want to talk about being curious because if you're curious about how to fix things, the answers will come. Being curious means you're going to dig and search and find community and find support and find the things that you need, right? And that is part of self-care, finding that community, finding the resources that you need as a parent to be successful so you don't have to do this alone. Parenting was never really meant to be done alone. And some of you have 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. Baby, God bless you. Because, baby, I be working with one kid. And I be so tired, I be ready to go home and sleep. So I understand that parenting can be a challenge, especially when you have high intensity, children that are intense, children that need more of your attention. Right? I was one of those kids, baby. We can be a mess, okay? But getting to the next one, we talked about getting community support. There may be a cat that comes in the video because sugar is part of the community also. But also, I think a lot of parents have guilt as it concerns self-care. If I buy myself something and take away from my child, I am not a good parent. Baby, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Somebody left a message. Self-care. Lord, I haven't did that in a long time. You work 19 hours a day? Jesse, you need some self-care, okay? You need self-care. You need to replenish. Because, baby, how are you running yourself ragged? And I know you like, I don't have time. You also don't have time to be in a mental health hospital if you don't put yourself first, baby. Okay? We're going to talk about that. Send me a DM. We're going to talk. And you said you have trouble teaching your daughter how to have proper hygiene. I can support you in that, Jesse. All right? That's what this community is for. We can talk on the back end about how to do that because, not to tell your business, but I can help you with that, okay? Oh, I got you, Jesse. Come into my DM. We're going to talk about whatever it is you need, okay? Let's get back to the topic on hand. So guilt-free self-care. Jesse, you need guilt-free self-care, okay? Buy yourself something. Buy yourself something. One more time for the people in the back. Buy yourself something. Don't be guilty because you're buying the kids all the shoes, all the latest games, all the latest clothes, and you ain't bought yourself nothing since Jesus got off the cross. All your clothes is old and dusty because you bought your kids everything. Baby, you have to be guilt-free and making sure you have too. Because you're pouring into all these babies' cups and not pouring into yours, which leaves you irritated, frustrated, and feeling not cared for. And if you don't have a man or a woman to care for you, it is your place to care for yourself guilt-free. You don't have to have that parent guilt because you took a little bit of money away from what they need. Because don't they got all the shoes and clothes that they need? Them kids got everything they need, okay? Every single thing that they need. But you don't have what you need. Sometimes you need some new underwear. I don't know who that's for. Go buy yourself some new underwear, child. Go buy yourself some new jeans, some new shoes. Them kids gonna survive without a new pair of shoes this month, okay? You're welcome. But guilt-free self-care, because you go into a spot, well, I just took this $70 and I could have put that towards, you're putting it towards your mental health. Okay? Mental health is important, especially when you're dealing with baby souls, little souls that you have to grow up and build and grow and sprout. If you don't feed yourself and water yourself, how are you going to be the gardener of these little souls that you have been entrusted with? You cannot. Because what you're going to be giving them is frustration, anger, pain, hurt. That's what you're going to be gardening with these children. So if you don't replenish yourself guilt-free, who going to do it? Let me check these comments because I got my little script over here, y'all. Okay. Also, like we talked about community. This community is here to support all those who want to be fearless in parenting. Parenting is a thankless task, and especially if you're doing it alone. If you don't have support from a partner, you need a community. Again, this community is for you. And if you know somebody who's a single parent or somebody who could utilize a community, send this video to them because our group is open for right now. I'm going to keep the group open until I get 100 members. Once I get 100 members, I'm going to close the group because we're going to start talking about sensitive topics that maybe you don't want other people to know about or see, right? And so I want y'all to know that this community is here to build and grow and support you as a parent, because parenting is so vital for the next generation. Y'all know what I seen on these internet streets? I seen these babies out here. It was like a sexy red, I think that's the girl name. They was out here twerking. Little kids like 5 and 6. This is the seeds that are being planted in our community. They're no longer the big mamas to tell these mamas to stop their kids from doing that. It is not appropriate for a 5-year-old to twerk and they don't know how to read. And I know this is probably sensitive and nobody wants to hear this, but if we're not part of the solution, then we're part of the problem. We cannot have our girls out here being sexualized at 5. Listening to songs like Sexy Red. I don't even know none of her songs because I don't listen to her. But I know these kids are listening to it, and I know the seeds that are planted in their hearts and in their minds are going to sprout out one day. And what you're going to get is a sexualized child who doesn't know how to be a child. Okay? I don't know how we got there. I don't know who that is for. But watch what your children are listening to and reading. Because at the end of the day, these seeds grow down in their heart. And then at the inappropriate time or the appropriate time, they grow. And you wonder how your kid got like that, but you weren't watching what they were reading, what they were looking at, what they were listening to. I don't know who that's for, but that's for you. So I want to admonish you guys to have self-care as a parent, right? Drop down in the comments if you're on the replay and let me know what time you want me to do these, because I know some people are at work and they can't really listen. And I'm in Arizona, and my time schedule is Mountain Standard Time. But drop down in the comments and let me know what's a great time for us to do these live fearless parenting classes, and I'll do that. Also, I want you to remember, self-care is not selfish. It's a beautiful act of self-love. And it can preserve your mental health, because, baby, mental health is key to surviving this world. If you don't have your mental health intact, you don't got nothing intact, okay? And so by prioritizing your well-being, you're setting an example for your child and your children, helping to create space for them through your act of self-care. And you're also creating a joyful parenting experience, because if you don't have self-care and good mental health, you're not going to be happy. You can't bring joy to the house. You can't bring love to the house. You can't be a peaceful parent if you're tired, if you're hungry, if you're famished. How? How can you do that? Because you're trying to pull from all your resources that you don't have left, right? And we want you to model the behavior that you want your child to engage in. And so join us again for us to continue to empower you as a fearless parent. Because again, parenting is a thankless job, but you have a community of people here to support you, to get to know you, to give you resources, to give you hope, to give you support, to give you love, to give you the things that you may be missing, right? And so thank you for joining me for this insightful discussion, taking time and taking space for yourself, allowing yourself to be vulnerable, allowing yourself to see, hear, and know what you need. Not only see, hear, and know what your children need, but your children need you to be there emotionally, spiritually, and physically, right? And so share your thoughts in the comments about this class, this live, and what other topics you may want us to, me to go live about. I will see you in the next video, fearless parents. Don't forget, we continue to make curiosity the antidote to stagnation, fear, and anything else we got going on in our hearts that is hidden behind the surface in the dark, okay? I love you guys. I will see you guys in the next live. Don't forget, continue to build, continue to grow, and to share this with the parent who needs some fearless parenting, because out here in these internet streets, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of self-doubt. There's a lot of pain going on in these streets. And without a community to support you, sometimes you can feel so alone. I don't want you to feel alone. I want you to know that Fearless Parent is here. Professor Sunflower is here, and your community members here to support you. I will be following up with some resources for those who left some comments about things that they need or want. And again, if you don't know, Soul Imminent Center is a non-for-profit, and so, we work on building our communities. All right, I love you. Again, I will see you in the next live.